Welcome to the second week of Little Sparks Online, presented to you by the Long Island Explorium. So last week our topic was signs of spring. We talked about what makes springtime springtime and what we might notice outside that lets us know that spring is here. We also made a nature log book, and I gave you guys the challenge last week to go outside and sketch what you saw. I'll show you what I got. Something that I noticed outside my house this week was cherry blossom trees. Cherry blossom trees have beautiful pink flowers on them, usually when spring is starting. I also noticed the sounds of birds every morning when I woke up. They were a lot noisier than they were in the wintertime. I noticed that right next to the path leading to my backyard, tiny little daffodils were blooming that were certainly not there before. I also noticed that the days were much sunnier. I was even able to eat dinner outside. And the air felt warm enough for even t-shirts and shorts some days. So the temperature changed as well. That's what I recorded in my Signs of Spring nature logbook. But today's topic is about something that is very, very important during springtime. Something that really pays attention to when spring is starting, because that's how it knows it's time to shine. And that is a seed. So different seeds are different shapes and sizes, but all seeds do the same thing. They wait very patiently for spring to start, and they pay very close attention to what signs spring brings. So when those seeds feel like it's ready, seeds grow, right? They grow into all different trees and flowers, and sometimes those trees and flowers and plants give us fruit or veggies that have even more seeds inside them. But what makes a seed a seed? Is it small? Is it big? Is it round? Is it flat? Well, it can be any of those things, which is why finding seeds is actually a little bit tricky. So I'm going to read you guys a book so that you might know what to look for when it comes to looking for seeds. This book is called A Seed is Sleepy by Diana Hutz-Atsom. Grown-ups, this book is available online, and it's a really wonderful reference for what makes a seed and how seeds get from place to place. It's pretty amazing. So I will show you a couple pages of this book that I think are important for our activity today. Like the first one, a seed is sleepy. It can lie there tucked inside of a flower, in a cone like a pine cone, or it could be already beneath the soil, snug and very still. A seed is secretive. Most seeds wait a season or two until they feel ready to grow. That's really neat. Seeds are very smart even when they're babies, right? They already know that they have to be patient. A seed is fruitful. So some of these seeds turn into some of our most favorite snacks. Like we have blueberries, we have papayas, we have almonds, all sorts of amazing things. But did you notice, look, some of these seeds have really funny shaped outsides, and that keeps them safe. So something we should remember is that seeds normally aren't squishy or just laying out there in the open. They stay safe inside some kind of shell or a pod because they know they have to wait a long time before they start to grow. Okay, so we have two things. Seeds are patient and seeds are protected. Sometimes seeds are naked, but they can be inside something like a pine cone because look at this tree. The pine cones are way at the top. The seeds need to start growing way down in the dirt. So a pine cone might fall right out of the tree and crash on the ground. which is why those seeds stay safe inside of a pine cone. So seeds are sometimes tucked deep inside something. Seeds come in many sizes, so we're not just looking for something that's tiny. It could be big. It could be a tiny seed inside of a big fruit, or a small fruit with a big seed inside. And this is one of the most important bits. Seeds are adventurous and very brave, even though they're tiny. I think all of us has seen a dandelion before, right? A beautiful fuzzy little puffy flower. You can blow on the top and all those little puffs go floating away. But those little puffs are actually the seeds. And they don't stay stuck to the flower forever. When wind comes by or a kid comes by and blows on it, those seeds go flying off to a brand new spot to start their own adventure. Seeds do not stay put. There's a really interesting seed called a sea coconut that floats, so it could float across the ocean and grow in a whole new spot. That's really adventurous. Another one is super brave because, well, it's called a, which one is this? Oh, a huckleberry. Spiky, not too pokey, but it gets stuck to the fur of animals. So this one is stuck to a bear. Oh my goodness. And wherever that bear walks, the seed might drop off, and that's where it will start its new adventure. So seeds are patient. Seeds come in all shapes and sizes. Seeds protect themselves, and seeds are adventurous. They move about. The last thing that I wanted to tell you guys is that seeds do have a couple body parts in common. They all usually have a shell or a coat. They all have something in the inside that is food for the baby plant. So all this beautiful green stuff, this bean. They also have something called a root, which is like a drinking straw, and they can drink water from underground. They also usually have leaves all tucked inside, and those leaves, when they're ready, can go up towards the sunlight, which helps them eat food and get some sunlight. And check this out. So when a seed feels like it's ready to grow, it can send its own little straw down to drink water from the ground, and it can send its own little leaves up towards the sun so it can start to grow, and then it turns into a plant. So we talked about 5 different things that make a seed a seed. They are going to be tough to find in your house or outside of your house, but let's give it a try. I didn't even try the outside seeds yet. I just looked around indoors, and look what I found. I have a whole bunch of rice, and I have a feeling that each of these grains of rice is actually a seed. They're tough on the outside. I do know that rice grows in a grassy looking plant, and I have a feeling if I was to plant one of these that something might grow. Here's something else I found. My little clementine. Inside, I noticed that sometimes when I bite a clementine piece, there's a seed inside. I'm going to try planting one of those. The last one, I certainly noticed that inside an avocado, there's a giant rock. And I don't think it's a rock. I think it is a seed. So, one thing I want you guys to hunt for that I don't have in my house, I have a can of beans, but if you have dried beans inside your house, I know that those dried beans will grow, and those are seeds. So what I would like you guys to do this week is grab your nature log books again and go hunting for something that you think would be a seed outside or in your house. Don't forget to bring your grown-ups, because you don't want to just pick all of the neighbor's flowers without asking, or pull something out of the cabinet that's not safe. So bring your grown-ups with you and collect all of the things that you think might be seeds, And next week, I will teach you guys how to test them out and grow them. Parents, I hope that you have so much fun going on this seed hunt with your kids, and I hope that you encourage one of our favorite learning methods at the Explorium, which is called failing forward. So if we find something that's not necessarily a seed or something that maybe we're confused about, let's still ask questions about it. This helps kids develop grit and character, and we hope that you support that in all of their adventures with this experiment. So happy Citizen Science Month and happy Earth Day month as well, my friends. And I'll check back in with you next week.